Evening peeps, evening, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing alright. Another warm one today, not super hot as in sun-wise, but it's been a bit muggy today, I think, people. But welcome back to the channel. Tonight we're back with round 3 of P1 Race Community's Red-Bull Juniors League. So we are live tonight for 2 races. We are live from Kyoto Driving Park. We've got a 10-minute qualifier that's just about to get underway, followed by a 15-minute sprint race, a 30-minute feature race, top 8 reversed in the second race of the evening. And they do have to use both racing softs and mediums. Usually, I can imagine it's racing softs for the sprint race and mediums for the feature. Just because a set of softs won't last half an hour, from my knowledge. So, points up until this point, 63 points on the board for Mocking Weeks. AP Ammer on 56 points, Rob S on 41. Dizzy on 38.5 points, Don on 34.5 points. I don't know where they're getting the half points from, but they've got them. We've also got Dylan on 34.5 points, slowly working his way up the table. He's only been racing, missed the first week, raced last week, and he's already in the top half of the table. Apache 31.5 points on board for him. We follow that with Manny. He's got 31. Pilgrim on 26.5. We've got Raffo on 20. Obi on 19.5. Skippy on 17. Dodgy on 15.5. And Ricky J on 10 points. Team-wise, they are in teams of 2. So you should see pairs of cars unless we're missing 1 or 2 drivers. We've got Team Green on 97 points, Team Blue on 89.5, Yellow on 66 points, White on 54, Red on 41.5 points, Orange right behind them on 41 points, and again not too far behind for Team Brown, or as they were known last week, Team Skidmark. So that is points up until now, people. Looks like qualifying's just got underway. Merch still available, t-shirts and stickers. Let me know if you want any of those. Hit me up at darksmoker@googlemail.com or on the Facebook page or in the chat or something like that. Right, let's get ourselves in. Let me turn the sound on as well because I usually forget that, and you lot go through qualifying in silence, apart from me waffling. So let's have a look who we've got in the room. We have got Mocking Weeks, Pilgrim, Obi, Raff, we've got Dizzy, Skippy, Manny, Don, Apache, Rob S, Ricky J and the Dodger. 6 teams in then tonight. Let's get ourselves into this qualifying session. So yeah, these little Red Bull Juniors, pretty rapid, plenty of aero as you can see. Let's see how they get on. So the Kyoto Driving Park, let's just get ourselves on for a lap with Mocking. So we have got the Yamajima and Miyabi circuits, both here at this circuit, and you can join them together, which they've done tonight. So through these little S's, over the brow of the hill, down towards this great big sweeping left-hander. Just got to be a little bit careful on the way through here, letting off the throttle on the way in, getting on the power as early as possible, catch the apex on the way out. Run down the hill. This is where the circuits change. It would usually go up the hill and left there, but instead we go for a hairpin right onto the Miyabi circuit and straight into a great big sweeping left-hander up towards these fast S's in the Miyabi circuit. Not a lot to this actual Miyabi circuit, but it does add an awful lot to the whole shebang when it comes to both tracks bolted together into another long sweeping left-hander. And then at the end of this straight, the Miyabi circuit would continue. We would be back onto that first little section, but instead we slam on the brakes into this slightly downhill apex. The second half of that, back up the hill. Tricky little section to get right when you're coming in at speed. I personally quite like this circuit. Through the little kink right there down towards the hairpin. Very, very tight this one. You might see one or two drivers make a move for position into that. And then down this hill into this tricky, fast little S section. Carry a lot of speed through the first apex. Just got to back off the throttle on the way into the second. Fear of running onto that grass into this final corner, then a long sweeping right-hander. Hashtag lighter click and back on the power then down towards this start-finish straight, start-finish line. There it is, Mockin putting in a 2:21.7 for top spot so far. See if you can hold on to that. No, Dizzy comes through, takes that straight off him with a 2:20.6. So it is only a 10-minute qualifier. We're already 5 minutes into that. Let's get that running so I can see if people are talking to me. Dizzy then holding that top spot for now. Mocky Weeks pushed into second, Skippy third, Apache fourth currently, Pilgrim fifth, Don sixth, Rob S in seventh, Manny in eighth, Ricky J 10th, Obi in, oh no sorry, Ricky J in 9th, Obi in 10th, Raffo in 11th and the Dodger in 12th. Yeah, we're missing Dylan, aren't we? Yeah, I think Dylan's not racing tonight. He's down there at Silverstone, I think. He's been watching the F1 this weekend, so he's probably not been able to get home, or if he has, he's fallen asleep. Quite possible. Dodger then moves up the field. He's got himself into 11th. Pushes Raffo down to 12th. So Dizzy a full second faster than anyone else, 1.1 seconds in fact, 2:20.6 his fastest. Mocker Weeks 2:21.7. Minutes into 10-minute qualifier then. Couple of laps left for the front runners. Can anyone unseat Dizzy tonight? Walking Weeks down towards these fast S's. Run this track both directions as well, so a lot of options to be had here at Kyoto. Personally, I don't mind it either way round. Let's get ourselves on with, where are you, Mr. Manny? Cockpit view then, Manny chasing down P1 Don in this qualifying session. Totally different lines into that track change section. Just a little bit of grass there. Manny is going to slow him down a tiny bit. Fast into this long sweeping left-hander. Just trying to carry as much speed as you possibly can through there. For Don. It's a slightly better run through there actually. Red Bull liveries looking good again. Seconds left of qualifying. We've got that time to cross the line. They will get to finish any laps they're on in qualifying, so the sooner they get to the line the better. 20 seconds remaining. I'm not going to get everyone across the line for this final qualifying lap. Just 10 seconds. Who else have we got out on circuit that's going to make it? Not you. Parked at the side. Skippy just crosses the line, but that is it, so he will be the last. Izzy has already chucked himself in the pits. He's happy with that one, just getting on his tyres for race one. Mocking Week's still out on track though. Oh, he's only 11 thousandths behind. Can he find that time somewhere? Up a little bit on his time. It's not enough to take pole off of Dizzy yet. Finds another little bit of time. Still not enough to take pole yet. Lost some time through there, Mocking. Has Dizzy managed to secure it? I don't know whether Mocking can make up 0.8 of a second in the rest of this lap. Another timing line coming up, we'll see in a second. It's not, he's still 0.1 back, so it's looking good for Dizzy for pole position then. Pile of curb there for Mocking. So it is going to be Dizzy on pole, I think. Mocking's not going to be able to make that time up in those last few corners. And no, only 4 thousandths back from his fastest time. But it is Dizzy on pole then. It's going to be Mocking Weeks in second. See what time Don can put in. Not quick enough, he has to settle for third position then. Obi into fourth, Manny fifth, Pilgrim sixth, Skippy, what's he going to put in? Stays seventh, Apache is in eighth. We've got Raffo in ninth, Rob S in 10th. Where are the rest of you? Rob S in 10th, Ricky J in 11th, and Dodger in 12th. They are grid positions for race one. Just a little 15-minute sprint race here at Kyoto. And then we drop into the 30-minute feature race. Again, 2 different compounds of tyre have got to be used. I assume everyone's going to chuck the softs on for race 1 because they will easily last 15 minutes, but they won't do half an hour for race 2. So expect everyone to come out on softs for race 1 and mediums for race 2. Don't hold me to that though, we do get some rogue drivers that decide to go completely against the grain. And again, you know, if soft tyres can get you that gap in front, of the medium drivers in race 2. Is it worth putting the mediums on for race 1 and doing a 2-stopper in race 2? I don't know. I don't know enough. I don't do any laps, to be honest, anymore, to tell you anything about this game in terms of setup or running or driving. So let's wait for us to be able to get in, and we'll crack on with race 1 here tonight then. Come on. Give me the little binoculars. There they go. We're in then. So hopefully we don't get any false starts here. Red lights go on then. We wait for these to drop and we'll get race 1 underway. It's a good start from everybody. Nobody's peeled into pit wall yet. There you go, steaming down towards turn 1. Mocking Weeks managed to slot his way up the inside through there. Dizzy's gone very wide. Don's almost through as well. Still side by side, just no. Don has to slide into 3rd position. Manny into 4th then, but that has allowed Mocking Weeks to just sneak up the inside. Great start from him. Wobble on from Dizzy. Got to get a bit of heat in the tyres. Mocking Weeks goes a little bit deep into that corner, allows Dizzy and everyone else to close back up on him. So it is Mocking Weeks leading. Dizzy 2nd, Don 3rd, Manny 4th, Obi in 5th, Apache 6th, Pilgrim in 7th. Oh, having a quick look up the inside. Skippy in 8th, having a look around the outside. Got Rob S in 9th. Bit of a gap back then to Ricky J in 10th. Raffo 11th and the Dodger in 12th. Mocking Weeks still leads. 0.3 of a second over Dizzy. Don as well. Top 3 have pulled a bit of a gap. Into this transition section then between the 2 circuits. Still battling for 4th in the background. Mocking Weeks doing a good job of holding this top spot at the minute. 2nd then, Don 3rd, already 1.3 seconds back to Manny in 4th, Pilgrim in 5th, Rob S in 6th. What's happened to Obi-Wan? Apache 7th, half a second penalty he's got to lose. Raffo in 8th, Ricky J 9th, Dodger 10th, Skippy 11th, and Obi in 3.2 seconds back. Also a bit of some glitching going on from Obi, whether that's caused any kind of incident, I'm not sure, but hopefully. Got a terrible connection tonight, Obi. Mocking Weeks then looking good, pulled 1.9 seconds out already. Oh, what's happened here? Where has Dizzy's made a mistake somewhere, dropped himself all the way to 9th position from 2nd. A lot of work for him to do in this first race then. That's given Mocking Weeks almost 2 seconds lead. Don not letting him have too much of that though. He starts bringing that time down, 1.7 seconds. Still kicking off behind Manny, Pilgrim and Rob S battling for 3rd. Again, with Dizzy's departure, that's moved everyone up the field a position. Manny, Pilgrim and Rob all pretty close together. Oh, Rob had a little look around the outside. Nowhere for him to go though. Pilgrim slotted himself across to the racing line. Almost took off Rob's front end. Board with Rob then. Looks to make that move on Pilgrim. Wrong line on the way through there, unfortunately. You can see that gap's just developed because of that little differentiation in line choice. Closes up under braking though. Might get a better exit out of here actually. Oh, wobble on from Pilgrim in front. That has allowed Rob S to keep himself in touch with Pilgrim and Manny here. Manny goes inside on this corner. Having to go defensive. Pilgrim looking for a different line, but that's left the door wide open. Oh, almost not able to get the power down for Rob S. Has to settle for 5th again. That's this final corner of the circuit then. Again, different lines through there for these 3 drivers. Positions stay the same once again. Now then, Mocking Weeks starting to find that time again. 2.5 seconds over second place Don. Manny then trying to defend. Oh, Pilgrim's gone wide. Oh, is that going to allow Rob S now? That little mistake. I don't think it has. He's managed to keep his car right in the right position. Rob S has not managed to get past him yet. Real good battle on between these two. It's just given Manny that tiny little bit of breathing room up front. Only 0.3 of a second. That gap comes straight back down though. Pilgrim then looking around the outside of Manny here. And he's done it. Great move by Pilgrim round the outside on the transition section into this Miyabi circuit. Rob S gets his way through as well. What's happened to Manny? What have you done? Manny's gone for the medium tyre at race 1, so he could be possibly the rogue driver. Going for a 2-stop soft race in race 2. We'll see. It does seem to be the majority of the other drivers are out on the soft tyre as I just flick through. Obi all over the back of Dodger for this final position. Leaving the door wide open there, allowing Obi through. So where is Dizzy? Moving up the field quick into 6th position. Has he got past Ricky J? Yes, he has. So last time we looked, he was in 9th. He's already made up 3 positions into 6th. And there is Manny just in front on that medium tyre as well, Manny. Pilgrim and Rob S still battling it out for 3rd. Don, unfortunately, keeping himself out of danger from that battle behind, but unable to pile any pressure on this man. 3.4 second lead. Purple sectors from him as well. Purple laps to 20.6 current fastest. Being closed up by Dizzy now then. That medium tyre won't be helping him out in this battle. Not too dissimilar on wear. Slightly more on the right hand side of these Red Bull Juniors on the soft tyre. Again, the gap just a second between these two. The back of 3rd is... Hold on. Rob S, what have you done? Rob S has done himself a mischief. He's dropped himself now out of that podium fight down to 8th position. Now having a punch up with Obi-Wan, who's slowly moving up the field as well. So little incidents happening off camera. We're just trying to catch up with. We just watch as Dizzy manages to get his way past Manny as well. So he's up into 4th, Dizzy, gaining points with the departure of other drivers from these positions. Now he has got 2.3 seconds to try and chase down 2nd position Don. He's got 9.6 seconds behind Mocking Weeks. That's going to be an almost impossible ask. Sorry, he's got 11.6 seconds. Sorry, I was looking at Pilgrim's time. So 9 minutes into race 1. It is only a 15-minute race, 6 minutes remaining. And it is this man who managed to squeeze his way up front off the line, managed to get himself in front of Dizzy, the pole sitter. Got himself up front and has led from the start. We lost Dizzy after a couple of laps. Made a little mistake somewhere. We had Rob S vying for podium positions as well. He's made a mistake and dropped himself out of the running. Weeks just having a nice comfortable run at the minute now. 4 seconds lead, just over 5 minutes remaining. Pilgrim then is now coming under threat. That final podium position could be Dizzy's here. He is just a second behind the third place man. Both drivers on that soft tyre. A little bit more on Pilgrim's than there is on Dizzy's. See whether Dizzy can get past him. Already taken a quarter of a second out of him as they head down the hill towards the circuit transition section. Hairpin on into a reasonably tight hairpin. It's just an elbow more than a hairpin, but that gap's still coming down. Less than half a second between Diz and Pilgrim. Up through the S's. He might make a move down towards this big sweeping S at the bottom of the hill. This big sweeping left at the bottom of the hill. Pilgrim keeps his car right in the correct position. Nowhere for Dizzy to go. Has to go defensive on the run down towards the exit of Miyabi Circuit. Dizzy goes for the... I can't really see out the side of these cars. He's waiting for a different line there. Managed to outbrake Pilgrim, but Pilgrim had the inside line through the corner. Dizzy's got to try again then. Again, will slowly close up through this section. Into this hairpin. Tries to have a look round the outside again here. Trying maybe to get back up the inside, but we're down towards this chicane section. It'll be difficult to run too wide through here. Pilgrim holds it again. Dizzy really got to press now. Loses a little bit of time on the way out of that chicane. Closes up again on Pilgrim on the final corner. Oh, feather in the throttle. Pilgrim gets a bit loose on the way through. That has allowed Dizzy to keep the power planted. That little loss of traction there from Pilgrim was enough to allow Dizzy through. So into podium position, still a long way back from race leader, 12.4 seconds. Still 7.7 seconds away from second place Don as well. He's having a very lonely race at the minute. And there is race leader Mocking Weeks, now 4.5 seconds lead. Comfortable in race 1. This will give him a great big chunk of a lead. Already leading the championship is Mockin. The gap still growing, 5.2 seconds. So 2 minutes remaining. That is pretty much a lap. Oh, it is. They cross the line. 2 minute 20 laps here. It will become final lap then when they do cross the line. So that's all Mocking Weeks has got to do then. Get round this one, get round one more, and he takes the win here in race 1. He'll be happy there's no Dylan tonight as well, because it would be Dylan that's probably about 10 seconds up the road. Same for Don, will be comfortable in second position bar any mistakes, 6.2 seconds ahead of Dizzy. Everybody really then just going to make it around this final lap. Again, they have got to cross the line to do that. And here is Mocking Weeks around that final corner, just about to do exactly that. 14 minutes on the race clock then, up to the line for Mocking Weeks to begin this final lap. Race 1 here. 5.7 seconds, 5.8 seconds lead over Don. And the gap between Don and Dizzy still coming down. It is 5.8. Again, with just a single lap remaining, it's going to be a very hard push without a mistake from Don. Dizzy's just going to have to settle for third, I think. Can't even see the second place driver on circuit, so now then, what's happened to the medium tyre driver? Down in 10th position. And there we go, 5 seconds remaining. Who is going to finish a lap? Ricky J, he won't. This will be checkered flag for him then. And he does cross the line to take that final 12th position. Everybody else managing to get across the line, so it is going to be Mocking Weeks then, if he can keep it on the black stuff for this final lap. 6 seconds lead over Don. Don has lost another second and some through here. The gap down to 5.7 seconds. Really pushing then Diz in this final lap. Again, we are pretty much over the halfway point in this final one, so without a mistake from Don, this should be how they finish the race. Just see what's kicking off further back. There are a few cars still pretty close on track. Not close enough really to be battling for position. Quite spread out now then, so Mocking Weeks into the hairpin. Down towards this final chicane. Still finding time, 6.5 seconds. Just the final corner to go then for Mocking Weeks. He's not put a foot wrong really. Seen his car attempting to slip sideways or anything like that. And here he is then up towards the line, pulls more time by the time he crosses it. 6.7 second lead. Don then comfortably in second. Almost loses it coming across the line. Dizzy, great recovery, back to third position from 9th. Oh, did you just take fastest lap as well? You did, you sneaky, sneaky boy. Pilgrim then takes 4th, fastest lap by Dizzy, 2:20.265. Obi-Wan comes home in 5th. Another good recovery. Was at the back of the pack halfway through the race. And now we've got Rob S and Raffo battling out for 6th and 7th as they come to the line. Rob S takes 6th. Raffo 7th. Apache comes home sideways and on fire for 8th. Dodger is going to take 9th. Skippy 10th. And Manny is going to come home in 11th. Thrashing it. And backwards for 11th place then for Manny. Good result for Dodger there. 9th. He'll be happy with that one. There it is. Mocking takes the win in race 2. Race 1. Race 2 yet to happen. Yeah, that was unfortunate for Dizzy. Whatever happened to him, and he ended up way, way down the field. 9th, I think, when we came back to him. But definitely good recovery in a 15-minute race to get back from 9th to 3rd. It didn't help that Manny decided to throw himself in the wall. And Raffo using the mediums. The opposite way round, whichever way it was. Just being reset then. Again, race 2 coming up. It is top 8 are reversed from race 1. It is a half an hour race here at Kyoto. And again, I can assume, well, everybody that was on the softs in race 1 will now have to use the mediums. Everybody who was on, or the single driver that was on softs, mediums, will now be on softs for race 2. A set of softs will not last 30 minutes. They will have to come in for tyres. Fuel, maybe a drop, maybe a drip. But we'll see. We'll see whether it works out over the half an hour. Oh, they have to use soft and mediums in race 2. Okay. So maybe that's where the confusion, maybe that's why that driver in race 1 was on the mediums, thinking like I was thinking and going for a 2-stop in race 2. But it looks like you've got to use softs and mediums in race 2 as well. So we got a little bit of a break just while we give the drivers time to reset. Grab a drink, which is exactly what I'm going to do right about now. So what can Dizzy do? Where's he going to be? Fifth on the grid? He'll be 2 spots in front of Mockin. Will he be able to get away without Mockin catching up? Will Mockin be able to slot his way through, get himself behind Dizzy, or possibly past him off the line? He had a good start in race 1. Out on track, Apache parked up. Dizzy out on those mediums, just getting a feel for those in race 2 then. Still got that slight wobble on these cars as they go around corners. Not everybody, but I think you saw from, you can see there, just as Dizzy goes over the brow of the hill, it steers a little bit. It's not as smooth as it could be. It's about bloody time you got this right, PlayStation. How long's it been out now? How long's this game been out now? A year plus? These lobbies still aren't right? Come on now. Practice starts from Raffo then. Just trying out to get those wheels spinning. Second gear start, alright. And again, similar from from Apache. Everybody looks like they're... Oh, Raffo's caused some damage. Everybody looks like they're out on the mediums to get a bit of practice, or at least got them on. Who's that? It's Manny on those softs. This driver's going backwards somewhere. There they are. It's Rob S and Raffo. Give them 10 seconds. This is what happens. they're trying to do is burn out a set of tyres before this race starts. And do it on the grass, Rob. Take a while on the mediums as well. If you'd have stuck the softs on, we'd have started to see some results, but so Obi-Wan, yeah, got clipped. There's hardly a mark on there, Rob. Here we go then, race 2, just about to get underway. It is going to be Raffo that leads us out. Medium tyre for race lead then. The lights go on, we wait for these to drop, we'll get race 2 underway here then at Kyoto. They are underway, it's a good start from everybody. Raffo and Rob S already battling out for top spot. Rob S having a good start. He's managed to get his way up front. And then Team Brown second and third with Obi and Raffo. Oh, Rob S has gone wide. Oh, and he's now spun off into the wall. Oh my God, he nearly caused chaos. Caused chaos to himself, Rob. Oh, there's other drivers. Oh my God, there's other drivers in the wall. Dodger's got it wrong. He's gone in there far too hot. He now ends up at the back of the field. Rob S has got it wrong. Pilgrim's got it wrong. Oh my God, it's all kicked off. Why have we got... We haven't. I thought we got drivers leaving the lobby, but we haven't. A lot of drivers then way at the back of the pack now. And that gives Team Brown a battle for the lead. Raffo versus Obi-Wan into the transition between Yamajiba and Miyabi. Still battling it out. Obi-Wan takes that lead, then Raffo second, Don third, Dizzy already up into fourth position, Manny in fifth. Mocking Weeks a little way back in sixth, managing to just get his way through all that trouble. 5 seconds down from Manny, 6.8 down from race leader. Rob S in seventh. 2.8 seconds down from Mockin, and we've got Apache 1.7 seconds down, 1.7 seconds down from Pilgrim, 2.6 seconds down from Ricky J, Skippy another 2.1 down, and Dodger another 1.5. So gaps already here at Kyoto. Chaos in the first lap. So Obi, a good example of the glitching. It could be his connection. Probably a combination of his connection and the PlayStation lobbies. You can see just it looks good on the straights, but anytime he turns the steering wheel, there's a little bit of that jinky jink. Whereas Raffo, look, that's a lot smoother. He says that little spin then cost him that position. Don able to squeeze his way up the inside into this final corner. Dizzy also catches up with the third place man. Manny on those softs needs to make those work. Mocking Weeks slowly closing up, still 4.3 seconds down though, but you can now see that big train of 5 drivers in front of him. And well out of danger from Rob in 7th, 4.5 seconds back to this man. He's got a few cars catching up with him as well, Apache, Pilgrim and Skippy. Gaps spread out at the back of this field then. Starting to spread out at the front here as well. Obi then with the 1.2 second lead over Don. Teammate for Obi-Wan in third. The pressure from Dizzy and Manny. Again, Manny needs to start making these soft tyres work. Be able to carry a little bit more speed through the corners, really, Manny. Brake lane to accelerate quicker, especially for the first half of these tyres' life. A little little bit wide into that one. Carries the speed out. Dizzy having a look up the inside of Raffo, backs off at the last second as we come into this transition section on the way out of Miyabi. Starting to close third and fourth back in then, Manny. You can see there's already quite a bit of a red line appearing on these soft tyres. We are only coming up to end lap 2 as well. Raffo from third gets it all wrong on the chicane. Tries to get this Red Bull Junior back on track without spinning up. Gets himself back on circuit in 7th position once it is all is said and done. Rob S just making his way through there. Raffo then, a little bit of front end damage to contend with as well. That should repair itself on the way round, but it's going to slow him down for the next few seconds. Repaired now, he can get himself back up to full race pace, but puts himself in the thick of it from 3rd down to 7th then for Raffo. Manny is not making those soft tyres work to his benefit at the minute. So Obi-Wan's big chunk of a lead now dropped down to 0.8 of a second. Don starting to close that gap down. Purple sectors from him as well. I think most people need to keep their eye on this man tonight. He was doing well in race 1 until he spun out and then managed to claw his way back from 9th to 3rd in a 15-minute race. Probably be able to save a little bit more fuel than these guys. Probably less wear on his tyres than the guys in front of him. We'll see what happens in the pit stops. It is still Glitchy Obi leading the race. So Dizzy in 3rd. That gap between himself and Manny on those soft tyres is getting bigger, 1.5 seconds. Weeks has not been able to close that gap up, still sitting in 5th, 4.3 seconds down. Just catch the tail end of Manny going around some of these corners, and hopefully that gives him enough to G him up and hunt everybody down. He is currently holding fastest lap as well, Mockin, so he's got a fair bit of free track in front of him. 2:21.7 is his fastest on the mediums. Those lap times will come down when they drop onto the softs and they start running out of fuel. Gains a couple of tenths then, Mockin, down to 4 seconds. Obi still leads then. Not been able to be closed up by Don just yet. Dizzy still 1.6 seconds behind in 3rd as well. Manny 4th. Mockin finds another 10th here, so he is pushing. Then into 6th position, great big gaps behind him, 4.2 seconds back to Raffo. Apache and Pilgrim side by side on the way out of that corner. Apache just managed to keep control of it after dipping a wheel on the grass. Pilgrim's going for a run around the outside as we saw him do earlier on in the race. Is it giving him the line into this corner? Not quite, I don't think. Not. Apache just manages to hold it in front of him. Skippy then in 10th position, not too far off the back of those two, just 1.7 seconds. Unfortunately, big gaps back to Dodger, 7.3 seconds, and another 11.8 back to Ricky J. able to catch Obi at the minute then. Don trying everything he can, still a second between them. Still 1.7 between Don and Dizzy as well. Yeah, Manny's starting to fall back now. You can see big lumps of wear on those right-hand side tyres. And again behind, Mocking Weeks pulling more time back, the gap down to 3.2 seconds. Using a lot of fuel, Mocking Weeks. He's almost down to quarter of a tank. He's in the pits already, Mocking then. So 9 minutes into the race, nearly 10 minutes. Is he looking to do a single stop, get a set of softs on and run to the end on those? They'll be at the end of their life when he does. He is taking on board fuel, people, but there's no graphic for it, so it's magic. Gets himself back out on track in 8th position. Right in front of Dodger. I think that was Raffo behind that just had a penalty he was losing. He's down in 10th. Pilgrim also into the pits. He now comes out on the soft tyre. Ricky J doesn't come in. He stays out and in 12th. It is still Obi leading. Even with his car defying the laws of physics. Nearly 11 minutes in then. Obi has pretty much led it from the start. Don still pressing in those purple sectors. Dizzy still pressing as well. He's found a 10th or 2 on Don's time, but loses it again through there. Manny falls a little bit further back now, 2.9 seconds behind on those soft tyres. Rob S in 5th. A little bit of front end damage, so he's got it wrong on the way into Miyabi somewhere. Damage repairs itself now though. In 5th position, Apache 2.1 seconds behind him. Skippy not too far back either, still 1.5 seconds from the man down under. There is Mocking Weeks in 8th, so 26.7 seconds away from race leader. About 10 seconds in the pits, 15 seconds in the pits, is that all? Wow. See what happens here then. Top 3 stay out, Obi, Don and Dizzy. All out on that medium tyre. Running these for as long as they possibly can. Now Dizzy with the fastest lap, 2:21.6 on board for him. 1.4 seconds behind Don in second, 1.3 actually now. Rob S and Skippy just entered the pits. Top 3 are starting to close up then. There's less than a second between Obi and Don. It's now only 1.3 seconds between Dizzy and Don. Top 3, there's only 2.1 seconds in it between them. Another purple sector from Dizzy then. Again, lap times will start coming down as they become lighter on fuel. And they'll get even quicker when they drop onto those soft tyres as well. Gap stays the same, 2 seconds between the top 3. When will they come into pit? 13 minutes into this 30-minuter. Holding on to 4th at the minute on those softs, but losing more time to that top 3. Apache 16.4. Wait, where are you going, Apache? That's not the line. Sitting in 5th, 17.5 seconds behind Manny now. He's now got Mocking Weeks on those fresh softs, closing upon him rapidly. Just 1.3 seconds between them. And again, it'd be interesting to see what Mocking Weeks tyres are like at the end of this race. 20 minutes is an awful long time for a set of softs. Rob Esther back out on a fresh set of soft tyres, as is Pilgrim. Skippy also been in, come back out, fresh set of softs. Ricky J still out on the mediums in 10th. Dodger still out on the mediums in 11th, just 0.8 of a second behind him as well. Raffo been in, he's now out on a fresh set of softs, but a long way back, 9.6 seconds. Race leader into the pits then. Where is he? There he is, 4th. Having tyres replaced, we'll see where he comes back out. That releases Don into the race lead, but he has got this man still right behind him, 1.2 seconds. Manny in 3rd then. Obi comes back out on track in 4th position. Mockenweek's 10 seconds behind him. Gap coming down actually, 7.7. But still a great big lead for Obi-Wan, but everyone comes in. Gap between Don and Dizzy closed right down now then. Dizzy just yo-yoing in and out of the slipstream range at the minute. If he can get himself onto the back of Don down some of these longer sections, he'll be in an attacking position before you know it. Gap down to 3/4 of a second. Still purple sectors going in for Dizzy. A couple of tenths on the way into that corner. So into the transition out of Miyabi onto Yamajiwa. Gap back down to 0.7 of a second. Good run up here as well. It's a fair bit of a drag toe along this section into the hairpin. Any time really through there, just squeezes a 10th into the chicane. Again, tyre wear starting to play havoc with these boys. Into the final corner then, Dizzy closes up a little bit more, gap down to 0.5. When will we see these drivers pit? Over to the left hand side, Don comes in, Dizzy follows him straight in. Manny, are you going to come in? No, he stays out on those warm softs. Takes the lead of the race then. Don taking on board that invisible fuel. Just over half a tank, that's plenty to carry into the rest of the race. Dizzy comes out right behind him. Actually carrying more speed on the way out of there. I don't know how you managed that, Dizzy. Already looking to make a move around the side of Don. Way out of the pits, but they are absolutely bumper to bumper on the run out of the pit lane then on this outlap. They've now got 3.2 seconds to try and close up on Obi-Wan. He's not race leader at the minute. We have still got Manny leading this one on his soft tyre. He's got 8.8 seconds lead, but he is running out of fuel rapidly. He'll need to come in soon. Will give Obi the race lead and 3 seconds gap between himself and Don. Still bumper to bumper between these two. Mockenweeks has not gained anything really, still 4.2 seconds back from Dizzy. Rob Esther 18 seconds back in 6th position. Pilgrim not too far behind him, just a second behind Pilgrim as well. Sorry, Skippy as well, bolted onto the back end of that fight, just 1.2 seconds back. Ricky J 9.3 back in 9th. Apache another 5.9 back in 10th. Raffo moves up a position into 11th. Dodger into the pits now then, fresh set of softs for him to play with, but unfortunately 15 seconds behind Raffo. Manny then still leads. Expect to see him in at the end of this lap, or he might brave it out for one more. just have enough fuel on, but he has already lost time to Obi-Wan behind. The gap was at 8.6 or 8.8, now already down to 7 seconds. What is Manny going to do here? Is he going to stop? Stays out again on that soft tyre. He's losing time rapidly. There's Obi-Wan in the background. Just 6.6 seconds behind him. He's also gained half a second on these two. Don and Dizzy must be having a little bit of a battle, which is causing them to just slow it down a tiny little bit. Dizzy will be desperate to be getting his way past Don. Chase down Obi-Wan up front, pulls another tenth, and I say up front, he's not up front because it's this man up front. He's taking fuel and tyres to the absolute limit here, Manny. 20 minutes into race 2 then. 10 minutes remaining. Manny not stopped yet. He's he's either going to make it to the pits or he's not with that fuel. I think he should just about be alright. He's still losing big chunks of time to those drivers behind him. Interesting to find out where he comes out once he's stopped. 5.6 second lead currently over Obi. He's still pulling 3.8 over Don. Dizzy still not been able to get past him. Now up the inside for Dizzy. Gets through into 3rd position. Now can he start closing that gap down? Again, only 9 minutes left for Dizzy to try and do anything. 4 seconds between himself and Obi-Wan in front. Can they bring it down? And he then through the hairpin. Now only a 5-second lead from Obi. Yet to stop has Manny. Just the final corner to go. He won't brave out another lap on that fuel, that's for sure. To the pits he comes this lap. We'll try and figure out where he comes back out on track. So that releases Obi-Wan back into the lead of the race then. Dizzy is going to come through, take 2nd at the minute. Still 4.6 seconds between himself and Obi. Now, is that going to affect Obi's last few laps? He stuck the tyres on a little bit earlier than Diz. Big chunks of wear on the front right at the minute. If you look at Dizzy's softs, looking very good, but still losing time to Obi in front. Gap at 4.7 seconds. Again, closer to the end of the race, that might start playing into Dizzy's hands with Obi's slight bit of extra wear. He's already pulling a little bit of time over Don as well. Weeks also up into 4th position, only 3.2 seconds behind, so he has found about 1.5 seconds somewhere. Finds a little bit more time there as well. Mocking Weeks now pushing hard. His tyres stopped early. Mocking Weeks came in at the 10-minute mark, doing 20 minutes on this set of softs. See, his front right is absolutely screaming out for a change, but he can't do that. If he does that, he'll lose positions to Manny behind him. Manny then out on that medium tyre now. Fresh set to play with. Should keep himself in that 5th position. Well out of danger of Rob S, who's 15.7 seconds behind him. So Dizzy found a couple of tenths on Obi-Wan, the gap down to 4.3, but slowly running out of time here. 6.5 minutes remaining. Purple sectors from Diz, so he is still finding time here. And again, with that soft tyre and the fuel depletion, those times are only going to get quicker. Obi with fastest lap though, 2:20.5. Don falling slowly further back, 1.5 seconds off the back end of Dizzy. Oh, excuse me. And he is, despite the fact that Mocky Week's tyres are absolutely beaten up, he is still finding time on Dom. That gap down to 2.8 seconds. Again, I was just about to say that might all go wrong for Mocky Weeks with that amount of wear as you see him coming out of that corner. The front just not wanting to grip as he came through there. He's had to have a couple of stabs at that corner to get himself round. Loses a big chunk of time as well. The gap between himself and Don stretches up to about 3.3 seconds. Again, look at that front right. Desperate for a new tyre. Even just that one would help him out, but he hasn't got time to come in the pits. He's got this man just 7.3 seconds behind him. Fresh set of mediums. Not as quick as the softs when they're brand new, but with the mistakes that Mockin's putting in, you never know what might happen. Now then, Obi, despite getting fastest lap a second ago, is now slowly falling into the reaches of Dizzy. He's just put a fastest lap in of a 2:20.332, brings the gap between himself and Obi-Wan down to 3.3 seconds. We have only got 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. It's pretty much 2 laps here. Still finding time, Dizzy. Again, Obi stopped a little bit soon. You can see his front right starting to show a big chunk of wear as well. So that could all be playing into the hands of Dizzy. Is Obi just struggling on some of these faster lefts, putting all the pressure on that right tyre, as we've just seen Mockin have to have a couple of goes into one corner. It's all working for Dizzy. Gap down to 2.8 seconds then. 3.5 minutes remaining. This is going to be an absolute fight to the line for Dizzy. See if he can keep bringing that time down. Don starting to look secure in third. He is falling a little bit further back from Dizzy, but he's keeping the gap between himself and Mockin Weeks 2.7 seconds. Again, Mockin just struggling on some of these left-handers where the pressure's all put on that front right. Starting to lose a couple of tenths then to Don in front. Still the time falls. Obi still leads, but only by 2.1 seconds now. Dizzy pushing hard. Final stint. Last few minutes here at Kyoto Driving Park. Another purple sector from Dizzy. Another fastest lap as well. 2:19.7. That's faster than qualifying. Gets that time down to below below 2 seconds, 1.8. Again, that big chunk of wear on the front right there has got to be costing Obi some time, especially through corners like this. There you go, 2 tenths gain through there for Dizzy. Starting to pile the pressure on Obi-Wan in front then, but they are coming up towards... Oh, there's that... Oh, no! There is the front right causing issues then for Obi. Pushes himself a little bit too far on that chicane on the way out. Onto the grass he goes, and the gap down to 1.2 seconds. It's going to be an absolute punch-up then down towards the line. We've got 1 lap remaining. Down to 1.1 seconds, less less than a second. It's going to be a push then. He's into the slipstream range as well, is Dizzy. Sorry everybody else on circuit, but this is where it's at the minute. 0.7 of a second and coming down. Obi really struggling then with that front right. Down to 0.3 of a second. Into this transition between Yamajiba and Miyabi. Got a bit of a wobble on from Obi, his connection not the strongest. Again at 0.3 of a second through the S's on this Miyabi section. Closes up again here, Dizzy. Can he make a move down to this final S corner, final left-hander? For him to go at the minute. Obi's keeping that door firmly closed on him. Over to the right hand side, keeps the door closed as well over there. Now we're going to see Dizzy slot one of the inside here. Tries to run around the outside of Obi there. Just got a pile of pressure on Obi now. Running up the hill, just the left hander into the hairpin, down the hill into the chicane. Final corner to go. Last couple of corners for Dizzy to try anything here. So this is where we saw Obi get it wrong on that last lap. Has he learnt his lesson this time? Coming in hot then Dizzy, looking for the run on the way out. Oh, it's looking good for Obi. He's just got this final corner to go. Can Dizzy get a good run on him onto this start-finish line? No, not good enough. It is going to be Obi that takes the win here in race 2 then. It's a great result from Dizzy though. Second position from him. So first for Obi, second for Diz. Don takes third. Mocking Weeks is going to come home in fourth. Tyres absolutely dead. Almost backwards across the line from him. Great big gap back to Rob S. Oh, Rob S. Oh, I thought you got that all wrong and managed to get it pointed in a straight line on that final chicane where we just saw Obi get it wrong. Manny looking for a run on. No, Manny goes a little bit tight through that corner, sticks a wheel on the grass. He was looking for a different line through there to get a better run on Rob S down towards the start-finish line, but it's not worked. Rob S takes 5th then. Manny takes a bit of the pit wall and 6th. Pilgrim comes home for 7th position. Skippy will take 8th. Big chunk of fuel on board still for Skippy. Taking that home with him. Patchy will take 9th. Also a little bit of pit wall. Dodger's already crossed the line. He took 12th position. Raffo's going to come home in 10th. J takes that final 11th position, and again Dodger already crossed the line for 12th. Oof. Obi won by the skin of your teeth. One more lap, I think you'd have been done for there, but luckily you firmed it. So great racing again from the Red Bull Juniors here at Kyoto. No problem, boys. Ooh. Yes, that was round 3 of the Red Bull Juniors, hosted by P1 Race Community over there on Facebook. Go click those like buttons, people. If you want to get involved, obviously go over there, join the group, see what's happening, and sign yourself up for a league or 2. Right, that's about it from me. I'm back on Thursday night at 9 o'clock for the P1 boys again. They've got their WTC League, so it's GR4 class cars. They have catch-up on strong. They've got slipstream on strong as well, so positions are chopping and changing all over the place. I definitely recommend you come and see that. Yeah, so that's 9 o'clock on Thursday. I'm back same time, same place. 9 o'clock on Sunday for round 4 of the Red Bull Juniors as well. And apart from that, I hope you've liked what you've watched. If you have, give it a like, comment, subscribe. Most of all, tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.